Hello everyone, welcome to Cyberlock Entertainment, and I'm joined with my friend Nabil, and we're going to be ranking all the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, and I've got a new format, so I hope you enjoy it. Let me know what you think of it. But we're just going to go ahead and start with number 5.
Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Nabil, and yeah, I'm here to help Lachlan out with this Pirates of the Caribbean ranking.
So, number 5, there's no debate here. We all think
There's literally, yeah, it's kind of
Dead
obvious.
Men Tell No Tales
Definitely.
is one of the worst movies I think I've ever seen.
Yeah,
Sorry if you like that
honest-
film.
Like, I don't see a world in which anyone likes this movie.
I mean, if you're young, you tend to like.
I guess maybe if you are kind of young, then because
But-
we are coming to 6, so the 5th one must have done somewhat well, I guess.
True, it probably made money, but the
Most
reasons
likely.
we don't like this one is it just felt like a complete repeat of number 1,
It did, but
story-wise,
just worse as
but
well.
worse in every way.
Uh-huh.
The
And
whole,
like the whole plot just didn't really make sense as well. It felt very weird.
yeah, with the trident that lifts all curses ever, but wasn't mentioned till now, and the villain
Yeah,
is just
yeah.
a worse Barbosa, and I couldn't even understand what he was saying half the time.
Yeah, me neither. And it was just like, oh god.
Ghost pirates again. Jack Sparrow
Like,
just was
Yeah,
nowhere
it
near
was
as
just
funny.
it was just the Ghost Pirates. Like they were already done. It was already
It was
past.
done.
time for
We
Ghost
didn't need
Pirates.
any more. Yeah,
No.
they brought back Barbosa, and spoilers, they kill Barbosa, which it didn't have
Well-
much emotional impact for me.
No, neither it didn't really for me either, honestly.
So Henry was okay, and Karina was okay, but
Mhm.
they just didn't carry it as much as Elizabeth Swann and Will Turner. For me, those characters were just. It really shows you that Pirates of the Caribbean wasn't just Jack Sparrow; it was also those two characters that really
Yeah,
made
exactly,
them
like,
great.
Like I really I love both those characters as well. So,
Yeah.
And it just felt strange,
Yeah, and Jack Sparrow barely mentions the connection between them, so it's just like, who is this Jack Sparrow? He's just so different.
Yeah, I know. It just everything. It just felt awkward to watch.
Yeah,
in
it
some
was
sense.
an awkward movie to watch. I was really bored of it. Like,
I don't feel like there was much chemistry between the characters.
no.
I don't know.
There was,
because of the
they
cast
also-
of characters.
I don't know. The romance was also really forced to me.
Mhm,
Like, at the end, I didn't see how those two came to be romantic at all. I just didn't get that.
Yeah, I understand.
There was a lot of just pointless scenes. And the ending also redid what I loved about World's End ending by reverting the curse. And then they also set up at the end Davy Jones, but there's nothing you can do more with Davy Jones that hasn't been done, so just wasn't an enjoyable film for me, really didn't like
It
it.
was just like if like the whole Davy Jones arc just felt very wrapped up to me
Yeah,
at the end of the third movie. So I was just very shocked
so we're gonna
to see
put,
that they were trying to create a plot with Davy Jones back, and I'm just kind of
yeah,
like,
I
oh, no.
don't know what, reversing the
Just-
curse, but he's dead.
I
so
know.
it's like,
Just don't do Star Wars, please.
don't do Star Wars.
It
So,
doesn't work. It's been tried
Yeah.
and tested.
yeah, don't bring back characters that should be dead
That should be dead. Yeah.
as villains. But Dead Men Tell No Tales is the worst Pirates movie. We're putting that number 5.
By far, like there's just no competition.
So number 4, we're debating between World's End and On Stranger Tides. Now,
Mhm.
I think I'm gonna lean more towards World End being number 3. But
yeah, I'd agree with that.
the thing with World's End is it has a pretty interesting start and a really, really boring middle part. I did not enjoy
Yeah,
the middle of this movie.
the middle part, I won't lie, I do fall asleep to because it just feels like
Yeah.
it drags on a little bit.
But the end of the movie is so strong.
Like it's so
It's
so
such
strong
a
that it
great
really just,
final
it brings
act.
the whole movie up
Yeah.
just so well.
And the final conclusion is so perfect because it's such a bittersweet ending.
I
which
know.
loved.
It really wraps up the trilogy.
Yeah, it wraps up
really
the
well.
trilogy. We didn't need 2 more movies.
No, I know.
Which
it really
this
didn't.
one-
Just, it felt, I felt like it was good
It was
enough
the perfect ending.
Like to be fair, we're at World's End did
They
like
did
start the plot
start
for
the
movie
Fountain of
4.
Youth. Yeah.
Fountain of Youth. It just felt so forced. Just like, oh wow, he's
Mhm.
Jack Sparrow stole the map.
Yeah, it didn't seem like it was like they could make a movie out of it, but they didn't need to. And
yeah,
we got
I agree.
this movie, which a lot of people don't like. I still really enjoy this one for some reason, but I don't know if it's good.
I still enjoyed the fourth movie.
I like
but-
the whole Blackbeard plot, and the Fountain of Youth fight was cool. The mermaids were really well done.
I really did. I did like the mermaids quite a lot. I think
I like
cool addition.
the locations in this one a lot, but
I
it
remember.
just-
I remember it was dark in a lot of scenes, and especially when they were at the mermaid area.
yeah, the mermaids eating people was an interesting twist that in folklore they did do that, so it was nice that they brought that back and just make it like Little Mermaid, for instance.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But it didn't feel like it needed to be made.
It kind of just felt like an
A filler
unnecessary
movie,
which
yeah.
is why I just don't like as much the other parts of Caribbean, like the first
I
three
don't
movies.
like it as much. It didn't have Will Turner or Elizabeth
Like-
Swan.
Like
So
it was still good for what it was.
I liked Angelica and the rest of the cast in this, like Philip and Serena the Mermaid. Thought that was a really
I
interesting
like them too.
plot point.
Yeah, I did like the plot point where there was there's like a romantic
Yeah,
kind of thing between the mermaid and the guy, right?
yeah.
That was nice.
And I thought Blackbeard was really well acted.
Yeah, same here, same here.
It's just, was there any bad parts of this movie? There was
It was just
good parts. There wasn't
like there were. It was
great
just average to me.
Yeah.
Like, it just felt like a forced movie.
Yeah, it definitely didn't need a
'Cause
sequel.
when I watched it, I was already really satisfied with Pirates of the Caribbean
Yeah,
as
the
a trilogy,
whole
and
trilogy
then
was
this
wrapped
is
up
kind of this was like a nice addition, I guess. But
yeah, it was a nice bonus. A lot of people didn't like it. I did like it, but I'd still put it at number 4.
4, yeah.
So, see, it's so hard between the last 3 because they're just such great movies.
Oh god, I know.
World's End has the boring middle, which the other 2 don't have, but has such a good ending. Like, oh,
I agree. I'd probably place World's End at 3 personally.
you placed it 3.
I just because like I feel like the first 2 movies, like I was pretty invested throughout
Yeah.
like the whole movie.
The whole
Well,
movie was great. World's End
like
dips in the middle.
I sleep on mostly every movie, but
You do have a habit of that.
but,
So
like,
if
I
he
did
likes a
sleep
movie,
more
he
at
won't
number
sleep at a
3
movie.
than I did the
Yeah.
other 2.
Yeah, the middle part does drag it down, but that
does
ending
drag
is
it
so good.
Mm-hmm.
But then the other 2 also have strong endings as well.
They do.
The
They do.
Kraken in Dead Man's Chest is one of the coolest things ever.
It really was like for a movie that's decently old now.
It's a
honestly,
very
the CGI
old movie.
is not even
Yeah,
that
the
bad.
Kraken
Like,
still looks good. So does
Mhm.
Davy Jones. The CGI in this has aged really well.
It really has. They really did a good job with it.
But what?
Like I had to look away for a lot of the scenes with Davy Jones. Like
Oh, you don't like the octopus?
no, it's so.
Oh, there
creepy and
was
slimy.
some dark scenes in these movies actually where they like
They really
rip
are,
the throat out
right?
with the
Yeah.
tentacles or something. I was like, oh my god. There's a lot of horror aspects in these movies, which is why I like Dead Man's Chest horror aspects a lot.
Yeah.
Where you're on the Flying Dutchman, but it's not. It's actually just a destroyed ship, and like face has been sucked off by the tentacles.
Yeah.
And the
no.
ravens. That was a weird
Awful.
scene though, where the ravens peck someone's
There's
eyes
a
out.
lot of deaths in Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, there's a lot of violent deaths, like people getting crushed by
Yeah,
cannons. But yeah, I think I'm gonna put World's End at number 3. Strongest ending of them all, but the middle part just drags.
It does drag, because like I just remember being like, how are we only halfway through this movie?
Yeah, it's a very long.
It's very long.
Very
It dragged
long,
on so
yeah.
much.
So number 2 and 1 is such a hard thing because Black Pearl has the nostalgia. So is Dead Man's Chest.
It does.
But Black
Yeah.
Pearl is the first one. It's the first
It's
time you
like
introduced
it-
these
introduced-
characters.
Yeah, I
It's the
agree.
first time you see Jack Sparrow. Barbossa is such a great villain, but Davy Jones is such a great villain. But the great villains for different reasons.
And the ending's really satisfying as well.
Yeah, the ending of Black Pearl is perfect. The ending of Dead Man's Chest
mhm.
is technically a cliffhanger.
Oh yeah, that's true actually.
So, I think I did prefer. Well, it's brave to kill off Jack, technically. It did end on a cliffhanger, which it does get you excited, but you're never as satisfied in a cliffhanger. So I think I would give it the ending. I'd give the ending to Kiss of the Black Pearl because it wraps up everything perfectly.
Quite nicely, yeah.
Dead Man's Chest has so many interesting scenes, though. There's so many.
I know.
You don't know what's gonna happen in this movie. When they go to the Cannibal Island, you're like, it feels like you're watching an entirely different movie.
It really does, doesn't it?
Like it's like watching King Kong again. And then it goes back to the pirates, and it's not like jarring either. It's just it's a good difference. It's just you always don't know what to expect of this movie.
Yeah, no, I
It'd
agree.
be a horror scene, then a comedy scene. You're like, what? Then the Kraken comes, and it's just the Kraken
I think I
scenes.
preferred the villain of the second movie.
To Barbossa. So,
Yeah.
it's weird because Barbossa's a great villain, but he's also kind of a hero now. So I always still see him as the hero, even in the first one.
I know.
Well, not a hero.
You-
I see him
But like
as a anti-antagonist. What do you call it?
anti-hero. Or,
Anti-hero, but he's not even a hero in that
Anti-hero,
one. He's just not. He's bad. But he becomes good. So you're always like, okay, it's just him being bad here.
Yeah, yeah.
Whereas
yeah.
Davy Jones is cruel as hell. Like,
Exactly. Like Davy Jones fits villain much better. Like the first movie is still good. Like obviously. But...
the first movie, Barbossa's the perfect evil pirate.
Yeah.
Whereas
yeah,
Dead Man's Chest, the perfect monstrous villain. So I guess it depends what you like more. I like
what
them
you prefer,
both.
yeah. So I guess I'm more biased to kind of like those monsters.
The monster you want.
Yeah. Like to be fair, Barbarossa was pretty monster-like when he was. Like,
True, he was a
skeleton,
skeleton, but skeletons are never
Yeah.
scary. I don't know.
No, not
They
really.
just never
Like, I
scared
don't
me.
really find them.
I wasn't intimidated by Barbossa. I just like really
But Davy
liked him
Jones
because he was
is
charming.
terrifying.
Davy Jones
He's
is
a little,
terrifying.
like sea monster.
Yeah, he has the Kraken.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
Unkillable as well.
Eh,
He can
for
also
me, honestly, it was just him being able to control the Kraken just at
The
will,
Kraken,
and his ship that like just appears from underwater and just like snipes you.
it destroys the ship. There's no escape from this thing. Davy
Yeah, I
Jones
know.
can also teleport, which
Teleport. I know.
I
it's
didn't remember
absolutely
that. But
broken.
watching it back, I'm like, okay, he's pretty OP, isn't he? He can just teleport, go
Yeah,
through
really
things.
He can move through walls and stuff.
Isn't-
Well, that's only the ship, isn't it? Or no?
no, he can go anywhere. Man.
No, anywhere, right? Yeah, yeah.
He just can't go on land, so that's his one weakness. But then he can be
Oh
on a
yeah, when he
bucket.
when he was standing in the bucket.
In
the first
World's
movie,
End,
that was
yeah.
I was laughing.
That was
so
a good one. But I think Dead Man's Chest
Mhm.
is the better movie because it makes Elizabeth Swann and Will Turner have so much more character development.
It really does. It really does. Will Turner, like, it was good in the first movie still.
He was the main point of the story, but you don't
Yeah, because like
see
he
him
was,
as much.
he was kind of a plot device, right? Because
Yeah, he
his
was the
blood
whole his
was needed.
blood could,
Mhm.
lift the curse or whatever. But
Who lived the curse? Yeah.
he isn't in the movie as much as you think. Well, I don't remember scenes as fondly as I do in Dead Man's Chest, where he gets
Yes,
aboard
yeah, I agree.
the Flying Dutchman, is the crew, gets lashed.
Yeah,
I loved
and,
how-
like, the whole plot with his dad being on
Yeah,
the
his
ship as
dad
well.
was really engaging.
Mhm.
But what
Like,
I love
he really
most about Dead Man's Chest is the story point of how everyone wants Davy Jones' heart for a different reason.
Yeah, I really enjoyed
It just makes you so invested and you can understand each person's
like thought process for it.
thought process and their motivation in the story.
Yeah.
So Jack wants it to pay off
Like-
his debt. Elizabeth wants it to free Will and her father and the government, or with the East India Trading Company. Will Turner wants to kill Davy Jones and release his father from his servitude.
yeah.
And Norrington wants it to get his job back because
Yeah, like his reputation in
his
general.
reputation was ruined by Jack's battle.
Completely.
So-
Like he was in that awful town.
Aye, Tortuga, and he's in the big town.
Tortuga, that was in it. Yeah.
So when they all meet up on the island, it's one of the best scenes in the movie. I feel
It really
they're just
is.
all
It's
fighting
such a-
over it, and the wheels there. It's so comedic.
Yeah, no, I know.
There's so much.
And the two just comedic characters as well.
Yeah, and Pintail and Rigetti have the comedic thing with the chest and the Davy Jones crew with the head. It's just such a great scene.
There was actually a lot of scenes with Pintail and Rigetti, like thinking back to it, like
Yeah, and they really were there in Dead Man's Chest a lot. They weren't cuss Black
Well,
Pearl a
right,
lot. They were
right.
the comedic relief. Though you have a lot of comedic
Yeah,
relief in
yeah.
these movies. You got Jack, Pintail and Rigetti,
Mhm.
the two guards as well in the Navy. Well, there's a lot of comedy.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of
And even the dog.
The dog was great. The monkey was great.
The monkey,
too.
yeah, there's a lot of
Oh,
comedy.
the monkey and parrot were funny together as well sometimes.
Yeah, in World's End, yeah. But yeah, I think for these reasons, I mean, Black Pearl has such a good adventure tone, while Dead Man's Chest more horror tone.
Yeah, for sure.
So
There was actually a lot of like horror tones. In
Yeah, there's
it,
a
and that's
lot
what I was
of-
thinking about.
Horror scenes and themes which I really liked. So I think I will put
Because-
Dead Man's Chest number 1 and Curse of Black Pearl number 2.
Yeah, I agree.
So is there any changes I would make thinking about it? No, I think this is pretty definitive for a ranking of these movies.
I agree. I feel like Dead Man's Chest is definitely my favorite, and I agree with the rest of the placings
Yeah.
for Pirates of the
And
Caribbean.
these
But
movies-
who knows what the new movie will bring?
Oh yeah, unfortunately there is another one coming with it not having Jack Sparrow, so maybe it will be
literally
good.
no
I have
idea
no
how
faith
big
in it. No faith. In
I
it, but
I'm going in.
you know what?
Like,
If I go in with
faithless.
0 expectations, maybe I'll be surprised and enjoy it. But
Yeah,
yeah, these movies still hold up really well. There's such a great trilogy, I'd say.
we really are.
Fourth
We're
one,
still- we're
if you
still
just
really
want a
pumped.
bit more-
If you guys haven't seen them in a while, just watch them
Yeah,
again.
definitely watch them
It's so
again.
good.
There's a lot more you realize when you see them again, which I really like. In
Yeah,
movies,
yeah.
so.
And it's quite interesting seeing with different like my taste now compared to when I watched them when I was younger. As
Yeah,
well, so.
definitely. So that was our ranking of every Pirates of the Caribbean movie. Let me know if you enjoy the new format, and we'll be doing more rankings very soon. But as always, thanks for watching. This has been Cyberlock Entertainment and Bill.
Thank you guys.